of the most asked question in an Java backend developer interview, or if you are test automation engineer with the Java as your background language. So what we actually are given is we are given one string, and we have to check whether that string is palindrome. So what is palindrome? So palindrome is any string which can be read from a right or left in a same way. So for example, we have been given two examples. So one is level. So if you try to read this string from right side, it will be same as if you try to read it from the left side. So what we are expecting is true, a boolean true in its when we call that method. We are expecting a true as the return type. So whereas if you see at the another example, which is nigga, so if you try to read it from left side, it's not gonna be same as if you try to read it from the right side. So we are expecting a false. So how are we gonna approach this code problem? Is we will first start with so let's start with the one method, static method, public static boolean. So we are expecting a boolean value, so we are going to write one method palindrome, this palindrome, and this method is going to accept one string. And what we're going to do is we're going to so what we are going to do is first we are going to do this traditionally. So what we are going to do is we're going to create one another string which is going to expect which is going to store the reverse of that value, like reverse of that actual string. So we're gonna assign it as empty string, and then what we're going to do is we're gonna create one for loop and start with the int I, which is gonna begin with the which is going to begin with the length of the actual string. So this is how we are gonna do. Then what we are going to do is we are going to keep this loop till the greater than or equal to 0 till the last digit, first digit, and then we're gonna decrement our loop. And what we are going to do here is we are going to call the method. So call the method which is char add. So we are going to pick each character from the end of the string. So for example, the string is level. Let's take this example. For example, if we have this string, so we're going to pick this character first and then store it in our uh, string. So here we are going to do pick. So as we proceed further, we're gonna pick the last second, then the third from the last. So this is how we're gonna approach this. So we're gonna pick, and at the end, what we are going to do, we are gonna call the return statement, and then we are going to compare the actual string to the string which we got as the reverse string. So this is how we're going to approach this. So what we are going to do is we're going to test this method. We're going to call println, and in this we are going to give the sample string and expect it to be true. Expect it returns to be true. Let's check. I hope we run this. What happened? We haven't got the result. I think we got it true. And then we're gonna give our another example. Mm, and in that we are expecting it to be false. So we are done with our code, and we have actually successfully written the code to check whether the string is palindrome or not. I hope you guys find it easy and simple.